Hello again, and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover, and this goes back to when many on the internet believed Eminem's camp took an L when the NFT sale was deemed a catastrophe by many online. And a recent tweet from Eminem's manager Paul Rosenberg has raised eyebrows, and many have linked this to rapper Tom MacDonald, and we'll get to why that is in a bit. We also have more from 50 Cent, who explained why Eminem will not fully take up acting, at least anytime soon, in a recent interview, hence why he could only get Eminem to make a cameo in his upcoming series BMF, and fans have reacted accordingly on social media. Before we dive into the details, remember to hit the like button if you enjoy content like this, subscribe if you're new, and find me on social media at ETLifestyle_web. So Paul Rosenberg's recent tweet sparked conversations across platforms, and it goes: "There's a fine line between lawsuit and license, and it didn't take long for theories to start pouring in. First, a user described this as, 'This is your version of,' in quotes, 'they think they want this problem till they get it.' This one was referring to when Eminem randomly tweeted what was believed to be addressed to the likes of Unique and El Jamar at that time, and Paul's tweet has been linked to several points, but one sticks out the most. For instance, on Reddit, one user linked this to Lil Nas X's Don't Want It song that sounds like Mockingbird, stating, "Could this be what Paul was referring to with that tweet? There's a thin line between lawsuit and license." Many dismiss this link with comments like, "I doubt it. This isn't even close to lawsuit territory." Some have also linked it to the news we heard recently when Mosey's manager claimed Eminem was working with Mosey and Polo G on a new collaboration. And check this out, under a thread on Mosey's new album, a user linked the tweet to Mosey's manager stating, "Maybe that's what Paul was talking about in his tweet, using M's name to try to hype this album." Some believe this is a possibility, might be. However, most speculations point to the NFT drama from a few months ago, when Paul was so vocal about the whole process up until the one-of-one NFT was bought by rapper Tom MacDonald, and Paul went quiet since then. In fact, the only person from Shady's camp that didn't act like the NFT sale never happened was Royce the 5'9", who stated on the song Greed at that time, "Tell Thomas MacDonald we don't agree with his views, but we approve of his honesty." And this was days after Tom MacDonald used the beat produced by Eminem that came with the one-of-one NFT to make the song Dare Slim. Tom MacDonald stated he was paying homage to Eminem with the song, but Paul's silence after Tom bought the NFT was seen as indication that they didn't want to be associated with Tom, hence why many have now linked this tweet to Tom MacDonald. And if this is true, I have a theory that makes sense. But first, one user states, "It's been long enough since I've tweeted about Eminem for me to comfortably ask what the F Paul is talking about. Is this about Tom MacDonald? Is this some diss? Is this a hint at an upcoming Paul skit for a new album? What the F is going on?" Many also alluded to this with takes like, "Could this be about the political party in New Zealand, or maybe the sucker who bought the NFT?" When Tom copped the NFT, there was a lot of discussion about if he had the right to produce music with the NFT license, and some believe we are about to find out. Since someone believes they have a license to do/say/sell something, but they are about to find out that in fact they don't. Lawsuits bring the reality check real quick, and here's my theory: is this is actually linked to Tom MacDonald. He released a new album this month that includes the NFT beat, and perhaps these users are onto something, since the beat from the NFT sale has now made it to physical media, as CDs are being sold with the beat produced by Eminem. And now coincidentally, around this time, Paul sends out that tweet, and on Reddit it was more of the same. Could he be talking about Tom MacDonald? Another one. This could be about a lot of things. Tom MacDonald, Marty O'Donnell, Big Doubt, Lil Wayne, who knows? But then again, there's those who believe this sounds like a Paul skit Easter egg to me. Save your thoughts on this for later. And moving on to the next point today, 50 Cent, speaking with Jimmy Kimmel, was asked about why Eminem went poof after the successful 8 Mile, and he had a couple of things to say about that.
Wow. I called him, I put pressure on him, Jimmy. Because he did 8 Mile, and it was a huge hit, and he was great in it, and he's like, "Okay, that's it, I'm done." Yeah, I was like, I think he had a terrible experience on the 8 Mile project. Oh. What? Yeah, something, because he just didn't want to go back again, like ever again. Because it was like, there was periods that Hollywood would offer me things to get him.
When 50 said bad experience, fans knew what he was talking about, as it was at that time Eminem got hooked up on drugs that nearly ruined him in 2007, hence why it's been say goodbye Hollywood ever since. And just to stress the point about how Eminem is not moved by money, 50 Cent dropped an example we've heard before.
Projects, they offer him $8 million to do it. He'll look at it and go, did you really? Go, yeah, I read it. I just think we should do like Warriors.
Oh.
Like the old movie Warriors?
Yeah.
We should do
70s.
We should do something like Warriors.
He's right, by the way. You should do something like that.
I'm like, but did you just miss the $8 million? It doesn't move him at all. He's like, let's just go record records, man. Let's just go make records.
On Reddit, for instance, in reaction to user states, M just want to make records, he really loves rap, man. But another user expanded, I think the reason he don't want to act anymore is because he has a fear of getting into drugs again, and he's got enough money to not have to risk it. And in another thread on this, it was more of the same. Yeah, he definitely has some PTSD from 8 Mile, which is understandable, to be honest. That's why he's turned down many roles, and some users took things deeper. Remember when Proof was acting like hospitalized and dying in a music video? Literally the same thing happened in real life. Maybe that's why Eminem doesn't want to act. This is a superstitious angle, and when you see what happened to some of the cast of 8 Mile later, perhaps the whole thing adds to why he said goodbye to major roles. That will be all for today. Share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.